Parenting in the 21st century is ever evolving, and while you balance work, kids, and your sanity, it's easy to feel discouraged. Welcome to the Super Parent Syndrome with your host, Dr. Nick Fanning.
So, I am now just off the plane, off the shuttle, back in my car from doing a Spartan Beast in Seattle, Washington this weekend. Seattle Beast, for those of you who don't know, it is 13 or more, actually I think it's 12 or more miles. Ours was 13.1 miles. We had 31 obstacles, and for every obstacle that you either decided to skip or that you attempted and failed at, you would have to do 30 burpees. Yours truly did 180 burpees. Technically, because one of the events you had to do burpees, I did 185 burpees that day, and our total time of finish was 5 hours and 44 minutes. Now here's the thing. I can tell you this, I was stressed about this event. Like, the day of, the day, hour before, the 20 minutes before, I am like nervous as hell, thinking that there is no way I'm going to finish this, and I was literally trying to bargain with myself of saying, okay, when you get to mile 6, as long as you do 6 miles, you can quit after that, or after 150 burpees, you can quit after that. I was starting to do that, and it came down to it is that really I just needed to start this race as soon as possible, and the sooner that we did it, the better I'd feel. And in fact, we actually jumped into the group ahead of us, and that was just such a godsend, because that means I didn't have another 15 minutes to just totally psych myself out. And I was trying to calm down, because I knew if I didn't, then my nerves would just totally exhaust myself. I would be adrenal fatigued, and I would just totally wipe myself out during this contest. Now, that being said, as soon as things got started, it was such a relief of saying, like, getting into mile 1, mile 2, and once I conquered one obstacle, things just fell into place, and it just fell in like butter. And it was amazing. It was empowering, and my goals were simply this: I wanted to finish, and I wanted to have fun doing it, and I wanted to make sure that I pushed myself outside my comfort zone. Those 3 goals, and that was it. Now that's kind of a low bar, and here's the thing: even during the race, there was a point where the partner that I had in, he couldn't run anymore, and so we had to start walking, and I wasn't ready to walk yet, and yet I still had to be satisfied with saying that, you know what, I still met my goals, because afterwards, I can tell you this: I wanted to minimize my win. I wanted to say, like, yeah, I finished it, but. And instead, I had to remind myself, you know what? I accomplished every single goal I wanted. There were times where I knew I couldn't finish this, or quote-unquote knew. And there was times when I trained that I doubted myself and overcame, that I talked down on myself and overcame. And that's where the true victory was actually in my training and my preparation for this day. I had already won even before I stepped up on there. And so, folks, for you, that's what it is. You almost have to fall in love with the process, but fall in love with the results as well that you set out for yourself. Don't minimize that. Don't say, like, now that it's all over, I could have done so much better, or why did I hold myself back, or whatever might be that. No, screw that. There's no such thing as a small win or a big win. There's just wins. And once you can wrap your head around that, life is going to be that much more enjoyable. I can tell you this: after I had to reframe my thoughts process about my performance yesterday, my satisfaction, my pride in myself is shot tenfold. It was no small feat. There are people who can't finish it. We talked to people afterwards who didn't finish it because they either got injured or they just didn't have the energy, or whatever it might have been, whatever it was for their case. And so, folks, I can tell you this: set out these big goals. Set big goals that are going to scare you into doing things. They're going to make sure that you're going to be charged and going for it. Make sure it's something you're passionate about. And then 2, find some accountability. I would not have shown up. I would have used my baby as an excuse unless I had my friend John there for me, pushing to me, and knowing that if I hadn't shown up, that he would have wasted his time, his money, his energy, his efforts in training for it as well. And I would have wasted mine. And I would have had the best reason in the world. 6-week-old is not easy. A 6-week-old baby is not letting you have sleep, and it's not easy to train when you have a 6-week-old baby. And yet, I still found a way to do it because the results were important. So imagine imagine me, the lesson I learned that is where can I push that in every area of my life? And then where can you push that for you in every area of your life? So there are a lot of lessons in this, folks. And honestly, you all have the power to do this. I can tell you this, back in June, I would not have been able to run even 3 miles. And yet, here I am happily running 12 miles. Well, not happily, but I can easily run 6 miles. And my 3 miles is like a warm-up to me. And the only difference between you and me is time. And for some of you, I might be chasing you. So look out, world. We'll see what comes next. Until then, thanks for listening. This is Dr. Nick Fanning, signing off.
Thanks for listening to another episode of The Super Parent Syndrome. Please be sure to visit peptalksforparents.com for more content and our free newsletter. And remember, you are not alone.